Hello, hello. I don't know. I am not having a very good day at all. So I'll wait a few minutes and see if anybody shows up, which I'm not really expecting, which is okay. I was going to do some art for therapy, but I had a mini meltdown. Well, it wasn't a mini. I had a meltdown about an hour ago because, oh my gosh, my YouTube is so messed up. I mean, it's a nightmare. A nightmare. I totally missed an email from them, which had a 45-day time limit on it. So I obviously missed it, and it's been past 45 days. So they shot me another email saying, you may have received da-da-da-da-da email. Well, I went back and looked for it, and yeah, I did receive it, but I totally missed it. And it has affected everything about getting monetized. And it's just a nightmare. So, and of course, it's the weekend. So, you can't get any answers over the weekend. AI can't seem to help me. It's just very, very frustrating. So, yeah, I was going to do some art, but I don't even feel like doing that right now. I'm so upset. So upset. But I haven't worked in clay in so long. I kind of want to work in clay, but of course, when I took a shower this morning, I popped off 3 of my fingernails, and I forgot to put them back on, and so I can't show my hands. I'm just having like one major issue over another today. So I'm going to sit here and try to glue a couple of fingernails on. If I can even find those. Oh my gosh, I've been sneezing all morning. My allergies are terrible. Every spring, this happens. I used to never have allergies. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it didn't matter, and I've lived all over the United States, and it never mattered where I would move to. I just never had allergies. And I don't know what that was. Something fell. And I don't know if it's because of my age or why, like the past couple of years, in the spring, when stuff is starting to bloom, especially some of the trees, I forget what tree it is that they said is in bloom around here in northern Florida. It gets a lot of people. Cannot remember right now, but it sure does get me. Of course, I can't find anything. Anyway, oh, it's so hot in here. So hot. So, Anyway, yeah, my dog is over here digging on his bed. It cracks me up when dogs do that. They start digging in a blanket or on a like a little bath mat size rug, Oh, he's trying to fold it over, and he left himself about that much space to sleep on. Now he's trying to figure it out. Oh, and he sees me laughing. He knows I'm laughing at him. I'm sorry, Pete. That's not nice, is it? Here, you want a treat? You want a treat, baby? There you go. There you go. Yeah, he folded his bed up so small that he couldn't fit his self on it properly. That is so funny. Golly. So now I have to figure out which of these nail glue. So anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I was able to put in my tax information and get that all turned in this morning to YouTube. But it wants me to verify my identity. And like I said, I missed the 45-day window because I missed the whole damn email telling me that I had 45 days to verify myself. And it doesn't give you a backup plan. So I sent, I don't know, 1 or 2 emails describing my dilemma. And and so also it put my channel memberships on hold. I mean, I'm telling you, my whole account is very messed up and it's very discouraging. So I guess I just have to, and usually AI is, a lot of help, but lately I've been having some shenanigans with AI because she will tell me the same damn thing that, I told AI what was going on, and she's like, well, here's troubleshoot. Here's how you can troubleshoot verifying your identity. And I clicked on the link, and it took me straight to the same page I had open in a different window. It wasn't troubleshoot helping. It was a page on YouTube that tells you it wasn't what I needed. I forget what it was telling you to do, but anyway, yeah. So, look, I only have one more nail I have to glue on, and then I think I'm gonna, I don't know, I want to work in clay because I saw this clay artist making a really neat cane this morning, and I wanted to try to make it. I really liked how it turned out, and it's something so simple. Well, she made it look simple. And I really wanted to try doing that. I'm going to mute for a minute. And is my chat turned on? It is. I'm just going to blow my nose. Sorry, guys. Okay. Just making sure that my chat was turned on, because a few minutes ago it was showing that there were 5 people here, but no one has said anything, which is okay. I don't mind at all. I don't care if it looks like I'm talking to myself or not. I really don't care. I don't care what people think anymore. Not that much anyway. So I was going to tell a little story about, for those of you who don't know, I live with my narcissist ex-husband / roommate, because I pay rent. I live downstairs and he lives upstairs. I mean, he's an artist. He has a studio downstairs, but our bedrooms are on different levels in our bathrooms. And anyway, he has one of his best friends who lives in Las Vegas. Oh, I forgot to mention how old he is. My ex-husband / roommate, his name is Richard, and he is, I think, 87, something like that. And his friend is the same age, and they met in prison. But let me tell you, this man has a very interesting story. Here's a picture of him. And he wrote a book. He was wrongly incarcerated, wrongly convicted, spent a little over 25 years in prison in Nevada. Richard said he had to deal with the whole situation over 30 years, and he finally got out in I want to say 2000, around 2010 or 11, something like that. But he's written a book called The Goddess and the Bell Captain. He got framed for, of course, a murder. But when he got out, he was completely exonerated. And so he sued the state or the city, or I don't know. I'm reading the book right now, but and he got paid like $2 million. But more recently, people in Nevada, the same state, have been taking their stuff to the wrongly convicted. A couple of cases. I think one woman spent 5 years in prison, wrongly convicted, and the man spent like 10 years, and they sued, and they got like 10 million, 20 million, I forget, but they got substantially more. So he has taken them back to court, and he hired the best attorneys in Nevada, had to give them a $25,000 retainer. Anyway, they just filed for, I don't even know, but anyway, they just refiled, and they're waiting to hear back from the judge. And I didn't ask how much he's going for this time, but I mean, I can imagine like at least 10 million. I would say 20 million. Like I said, I haven't asked. Richard hasn't asked either, and we're just kind of guessing. But so when he wins, which hopefully will be sooner rather than later, he's going to build a pet sanctuary, and he's going to need someone to run it. So he's going to put a house or a double wide, triple wide new mobile home on the same property for the caretaker, and to run this animal shelter. And he's going to let Richard and I live there for free. That's if all of this happens. And, who knows how long that could all take, and then to build the place. And I mean, this could be a couple years out. But of course, Richard thinks everything happens fast. I don't know why he would think that. He's been through the system. Nothing happens fast when you're dealing with going to court. Nothing. But so yeah, we might be moving to. He's not going to build the animal shelter. He lives outside of Las Vegas, and land is so expensive in Las Vegas. He said he would probably build it, somewhere outside of Las Vegas, which is fine with me, because when Richard and I were first together back in 1980, we moved to Las Vegas and lived there for 13 years. So I'd be fine and dandy if I never had to live in Las Vegas again, especially knowing how much it's grown. I like to live in small towns. That's one reason I don't like living in Jacksonville. It's just, it's too big, and I mean, I like it because people don't know your business, like they do in a small town. But they don't have a real good bus system, and I don't have my license because I got a speeding ticket like 10 years ago and never paid it. And it's like up to $700 or something, and they won't take payments. You have to pay it off all at once. So I lost my driver's license. And so I don't mind riding a bus to get to the art store or the mall or something like that. But the bus system here is terrible. It really is. But yeah, so I'm interested to read this book, but gosh, most of it looks like transcripts from from his court cases, you know. There's a lot of copies of court documents, and not very many pictures. Oh wow. Nevada Supreme Court Justice Abby Silver. I think that might be who helped him get out. Nevada Supreme Court Justice. Someone helped him. I mean, became a law clerk while he was in prison. And, you know, for 25 years, he worked on his case and other people's cases, and eventually got cleared. But can you imagine being wrongly convicted and spending any time in prison is horrible. But being wrongly convicted and then being kept for over 25 years. Can you imagine? I mean, I'm pretty sure I would have given up. I just don't have that kind of fight in me. I really don't. I'm always defeated before, you know, especially knowing how the courts are and how police lie, detectives lie, lawyers lie, judges can be bought, they lie. You know, it's just like, I bet he just could not believe how he ended up in there when he did not do anything. And it's DNA that ended up proving that they had the wrong person. Plus, I think that I might be mixing something I saw on YouTube up with this, but I think, I don't even want to say it because I think maybe I'm wrong. I think he's right-handed, but however the lady was killed, I know someone left-handed did it, but I could be totally getting confused with stuff I've been watching on YouTube lately. I could be thinking of a totally different case with the, I don't even know what the murder weapon was. I don't know if it was a knife or not. But anyway, so he wrote this book all by himself, no ghostwriter, and I've spotted a few errors, but I don't know why I had to mention that. He needed someone to help him proofread it. I'm good at proofreading, but yeah, it should be interesting to find out the particulars. Oh, it was a knife. It was done with a knife. The killer, pleased with his work, hope the mob will be as well. I guess the members of the mob were involved. I don't know. My final verdict, not guilty. Chow. Yeah, all kinds of people lied against him. And It was really something from what I hear. I'll read the back cover. It says, if you think our government in Washington, D.C. is corrupt, they can take a back seat to the government of the state of Nevada. This is a true story of murder and injustice. Considered the biggest mob murder cover-up in Nevada history by the state itself of Caesar's Palace Hotel and Casino Point owner Hilda Kraus. Now, see, that sentence didn't make a lot of sense. I think the person that got killed was Casino Point owner, Caesar's Palace Hotel and Casino Point owner, Hilda Kraus. In prison, life or death is a toss-up. It's a world beyond anything your mind can imagine. You never know from one minute to the next if you will be dead or alive. You're going to read about the Frank's personal stories of how he lived with the most notorious and dangerous serial killers in Nevada history and survived. Here, Frank was about to undergo and learn a lesson on how the cruelest lies are often told in silence by criminals who wore badges and some judges without honor. This is Frank Lapina's story, written by Frank Lapina in his own words, as only he can be the one to expose the major torture and corruption he experienced throughout his incarcerated life. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, should be interesting. So I'll let y'all know how it goes when I finish. Oh my gosh, it's so hot in here. My desk is a mess as usual. Oops, oops, oops. I have beads rolling everywhere. Let me move this stuff. And so I threw some resin on these pieces that I was messing with the other day that I pulled out of the ammonia chamber. I wonder where the match to this one is. I had something happen that has never happened. The resin made the blue pull up from the metal. It's separated. I don't think you can see it, but it's separated from the metal, so I'm going to have to glue it back on and hope for the best. Yeah, I've never had that happen before, which was really weird. Now, if I can keep the super glue off of my fingers, that will be a bonus. Of course, I always put too much on, and it ends up getting all over my fingers. I guess I could put something heavy on it and make sure it stays. Okay. And I guess if I turn this light on, that might, I'm not plugged in. Oh dear, excuse me for a minute while I go plug in my light. Hi, baby. Hi. What you doing? There you go. It's so too hot in there to have this door closed, that's for sure. Ah, and this, well, hey, has to be like pointing up. Ah, I'm doing a live stream. I don't know how long I'm going to be on here because I'm not having a very good day. Okay. Sorry about that. Ooh. So he has this big old fan that he's pointing in here because this room gets so hot. It's because that's a little too strong. This room used to be a Florida room, which means it was a screened in porch, and they just put some like walls up, but they didn't put any air conditioning vents or any duct work in this room, so it gets hot, very hot. Oh, great. So, what's this? Oh, dear. Oh, hi, Slay the Squish. Great idea to do. Thanks. My favorite place to get beads, I think lately it's been Michael's. I think Michael's has the best selection, but it's expensive there, you know. I don't buy beads that much anymore, but I think where I live in Jacksonville, Florida, that Michael's has the best selection, and they've like been getting new types of beads in. Like I've noticed that their crystals are not, I don't even know if I say it right, Swarovski. They use a different, they get their crystals from some other company now, and I've noticed that they have a lot of lamp work beads, you know, the blown glass, that are really cool beads. But I know Joann's, they're closing around the country, and so you can get some really good buys at Joann's if you find one in your area that's, you know, closing. They have that going out of business sale, and gosh, you can get some really good prices on all kinds of art supplies at Joann's. And I don't like to buy beads online so much because unless you know, bought them before, if I can't see what I'm buying, a lot of times I'll end up getting one thing when I think I'm buying something else, you know. I really like to see the beads before I pay for them. But anyway, so I hope the glue stays on this. Oh, I think I turned my, yeah, turn my light on. I was going to, I think I will throw these earrings together. Oop, oh, shoot. Oh, boy. I have the worst computer. There. Anyway, that's heavy enough. Not keeping the, maybe I didn't put enough glue on this one. Let's see. Yeah, it's still separating. I know you can't see. Why is it so dark in here? Yeah, doesn't look like I got any glue down in there. Let me get a different tube of glue. But yeah, I have so many beads. Slay the Squish, are you still in? Are you still here? I was gonna show you. Well, I'll show anyway. I have so many beads, you guys. I'm turning my camera up to. Oops. Wait, I have to. See, I have these shelves right next to my desk, and those are all filled with beads. And then I have more in the back. You can't see. They're back stacked on those things with the lights going around are a bunch of drawers. And on top I have beads, 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 beads. But anyway, yeah, I have a lot of beads. So and I don't use my beads. I mean, I don't use beads that much anymore since I've been working more in clay the past couple of years. Of course, my glue, the lid is stuck. So I have, oh my gosh, I have so many tubes of glue up here. And I don't think I can open hardly any of them. I'm not kidding you. I mean, here's one. Came open. So let me try to get this to stick. And that way I can show you how I put together. Oh, wow. Way too much glue. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, dear. Of course, I got glue on. Oh. If I try to get that off, I'm just going to mess it up more. So I'm just going to leave it for now. Okay. Anyway, I have these copper pieces that I hammered, and I'm just going to leave those copper and put them on top of the blue ones that I patinaed. And trying to decide if probably will leave them just like this. I don't want to start adding too many different elements and junk them up. You know, sometimes it's best to keep things simple. And uh, so I like to use sterling silver ear wires because most people, not all, but I would say 98% of people in the world can use sterling silver in their ears and they won't have an allergic reaction. But a lot of people don't like to see mixed metals, you know, like the copper with silver. But I am going to stick with using the sterling silver because I really don't know where. I think I have some ear wires that are copper. If not, I could make some. But as a matter of fact, hold on, I'm grabbing some copper wire because oops, darn it. I need to make some oh, I can't even think of things. Little circles. I can't think right now. Oops. I think someone shook up my soda because it sprayed me when I opened it. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I have flush cutters. That means this will leave one, it will leave the wire flat. And that's what you want when you're making what I'm making. The things I can't think of the name. Oh my God. I'm losing it, you guys. I have some step pliers. This enables me to make the things I'm making that I can't think of the name of. These things, a bunch of, darn. Hold on. A bunch of these circles. What are they? I forget what they're called. Jump rings. Jump rings. I need to make some copper jump rings. And so these pliers make circles. And I'll show you. So I'm just going to take my wire and actually, let me cut some of this off away from the package because it'll just make my life easier. Okay, so I am just going to pull the wire while I turn my pliers. And wrap the wire around the pliers as tight as I can. And let me get this end down. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember what these were called. Jump rings. So I'm going to take my flush cutter and just cut these apart. Where that one ends, oh, I have to turn my flush cutters because I want the wire to be flat on both sides of the circle. So when I close the little jump ring, they'll the ends will be flush up against each other, and it will look better, and they will work better also. Oops. I should have made my wire a little bit longer because I'm going to have I have 3 3/4, so won't be able to use that. Anyway, now grabbing some more pliers over here. These are tiny little pliers. I love to work with these. Now, what I'm going to do is I want these to close nicely, and butt up against each other perfectly. So I'm just going to take my little nail file and run the ends across the nail file. That way, anything that's sticking up or a little wonky, I'll get rid of. Those should go together nice now. Better do this one just in case I need an extra one for something. Okay. Now, what else I wanted to do was I need to work harden these because I know this wire is soft. It bends too easy. And so if I take a rubber mallet, I just work on it for a few minutes. It won't mark it up, leave any, marks on it. And it will make this little sucker a lot stronger than it is before. It's called work hardening, HARDEN, work harden. And it doesn't take much, but that should be good. That one looks bigger than that one. It's not that much different. Let me see. Maybe I'm going to have to use this one. Oops. Uh-oh, where did it go? I lost it. It jumped off, and I don't even know where it flew. I don't see it. Ay. Oh, here it is in my lap. I think this one will be better. Let's see. Those two. I think those two go together. I think those look like the same size. Okay. So I'm going to open my jump ring, and you never pull jump rings like straight apart. You pull one side and push the other side. So you get something like this. Oops. Because if you pull it apart, you would never get it back together. Believe me. Oh, and that glue closed up my hole. So I'm going to have to. This is the coolest tool. This has a little right there. It's a little tiny hole punch. Isn't that cool? And just line it back up. And it goes right through that glue. Make sure the other one is okay. Yeah, that one wasn't quite as bad, I don't think. Sometimes it's hard to get this off of there. But yeah, cool little tool. Let me try this again. Okay. Oops. And to close it, I push down and pull up. One side down, one side up. And they should go back together. The store-bought jump rings are always better than the homemade ones, but I have no clue if I even have any copper jump rings. I kind of don't think I do. That's why I went ahead and made some. Okay, well, that is not coming open, so that's good, except I put it on backwards because the hammered side is supposed to be showing, and it's not. The smooth side is showing. Yep, I put it on backwards. So there. I'm probably going to have to go close my door because sometimes he turns his TV or computer up so loud that it makes it hard to hear me. Okay. There's one down. And, oh Lord, is this the one that I was going to use? Or was that the one? I can't remember. Oh gosh. I don't remember. Maybe this one. Well, I don't think it matters that much. Okay, and make sure I have the right side out. Close up this jump ring. That one didn't go back together very well. Oops. Ay. Yeah. Let me try to straighten this up a little. Oh, shoot. I don't think I work hard into this enough. So okay. There. It's not going anywhere now. Now, the problem is, if I put ear wires on these right now, instead of hanging like this, they would be hanging like that, because I need my where the ear wire goes has to have a jump ring facing this way instead of that way. Anyway, I know I'm not explaining it very well, but you'll see what I mean. And a lot of times I make my own ear wires, but since I have some already made, since I have some that are store-bought, I'm going to go ahead and use those because that would make it faster. What did I do with them? Hold on. Over here somewhere. Okay. Well, I have, here's some Those are so small though. Just a minute, just a minute. Okay, here's a pair right here. Sterling silver. You know what? Maybe I'll just make some out of the copper. What gauge is this? This is 18 gauge. I need to find some 20 gauge copper wire because 18 gauge is a little too thick for earrings. It might hurt your ear. I think this is 20 gauge, but I have a handy dandy tool that will tell me what gauge this is right here. And oops, I'm just getting some clay off of it. And here's the end of this wire. Hello. Hello. There's the end. There's one end. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, this is 20 gauge because if I try to put it in the 22 gauge, it's too big. It won't slide down in there. But it does go into the one marked 20. It's marked 20, believe me. So I can make ear wire out of this. So what I'm going to do is I found the end I was looking for. I'm going to measure out about, let's see, to 4 inches of this. I have a built-in ruler on my glass. So I'm going to do it. It doesn't have to be exact. And I'm going to flush cut each end with my flush cutters. I already did that end. And then I'm going to cut this in the middle. I don't get it exact. That's okay. And I didn't. I can already tell it's way off. So let's see. What did I do? This is longer than 2 inches. But I want to make sure both ends are flush cut. Can't even see what I'm doing. Eyes are so bad. Okay, and then I'll just cut another piece from the spool. Let me make sure this is flush cut. Then we'll just this roll isn't this difficult. Okay. Now I have 2 of the same length pieces of 20 gauge wire. And I'm going to start by taking around those pliers, and I have marked lines along here. You can kind of see that, so I know where, like I'm making 2 of these and I want to put them the same at the same place in the pliers. So if I have those lines, that will enable me to keep things the same size. And all I'm doing is making a circle on each of these wires. Oops. And that is where I will hang them on the earring. Okay. All I'm doing is, see how the circle is not centered over, it's not centered over the straight line. To make it look more professional, you want to center your circle. So all you have to do is, after you make your circle, put your pliers back in and then just kind of jar it back a tiny bit. I'm pulling it towards me, and that will help you center it over the wire, and you can see how much better it's going to look. Doesn't that look a lot better? Oops. Yep. Okay. So now I have these, and I want to do 2 of them at once. That way they stay the same size. So I'm just going to put these together. I'll make sure I have them facing the same way. And I do. Oops, y'all can't even see what I'm doing. Sorry. Well, I want these to, you know what? It's because this one's bent and it's messing me up. I'm just going to straighten this wire out. I shouldn't be banging on the glass, but I'm not banging very hard. Just want that darn wire to straighten out a little. I think that helped. That way I can line them up next to each other. Much better, much better. I'm going to take my step pliers and I'm going to put on in and push them away from me around my pliers all the way, or almost all the way. And I'm not going to pull them apart yet. So that made them the same size curve. I'm going to keep them together while I take my regular pliers, and I'm just going to flip the ends up a little bit. That way, there's my ear wires. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, I definitely want to work harden these. If not, every time you put them in your ear, they'll bend out of shape and end up very wonky, wonky, wonky. I'm really trying to concentrate on getting it around the curve. Now, when you work hard in your things, it will cause circles to open, things to separate. So I'm just gently pulling these back around my step pliers in order to make sure that I keep a nice curve on my ear wire. There. All right. And there they are. Now, if I put these on this ear wire, they would hang in your ear sideways. So I either have to put another jump ring on here, or I could try twisting this, but I'm afraid it might look funny. If I, maybe not. Let's try it. I've never done this, but that way I don't have to add an extra jump ring. I can just use the one that's on there. Oops. Just trying to get, I didn't open this up far enough, wide enough. So, what's going on? This is not that difficult. Let me close this back up. And that looks perfectly fine. I'm moving this camera up. It is entirely too close to my hands. That way, maybe I can stay in camera range a little better. Not a very good time to just figure that out, is it? Okay, so there's one. And I'm just going to twist this one. like I did that one. And this one on, I don't know why I'm having such trouble. I'm telling you, my whole day has been not so good. Open that enough, obviously. And there you go. And a pair of earrings. Kind of cool. I like them. I would wear them, except I need to reshape. See, my wire got bent out of shape again. So I'm going to throw it back on my rounding pliers and try to shape it back like a real, oops, a real ear wire. I think I did it a little much. I'll pull it apart though. There. One, and they'll hang correctly. And two. I think this one is a little wonky. Okay, so there you have it. And that being done, I'm going to hop off of here. I appreciate you stopping by. Sorry, things aren't better for me today. I want to stay and do clay, but I am just not in the right frame of mind. I need to figure out my YouTube stuff and go pick up my groceries. I was supposed to go earlier to get them. I ordered them, but I haven't gotten a ride to pick them up yet. So since he's awake now, I can have him take me and get my groceries. Anyway, thanks so much for stopping by, and you'll have a great rest of your weekend. Monday night, game night, round 2. Last time it was so much fun, you guys. Please stop by Monday, 9 o'clock Eastern time. It's going to be a lot of laughs. So have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Alrighty, end stream.